Wildcats, you are here. You are in my personal workshop. Um, if you ever wondered what my workshop at home looks like, you are about to find out. You are on the exclusive free tour. This will cost you nothing. So fantastic. As you can tell, during the quarantine, I had a little time on my hands. I've been doing a lot of the visual arts. I've been doing a lot of artwork. I like to dabble in colors. I've been, okay, all right, yeah, it needs a little work. I'm not gonna lie. I put some paint on my hands. Over here, behind me, I've got all my tools in my little tool cubbies that I made. The bench is an absolute disaster. I wish I could blame the kids, but I can't. Here's a sign that I got in somewhere that I was at. Apparently, we were 6,494 miles from New Jersey at the time. Here's an Afghan flag that I got on one of my trips. Here's it's a steel deer with a welding mask on its antler. And over here, I've got one of my little benches. It's got a bunch of tools lined up on it. We're going to talk about those in a minute. I've got my little rigid bandsaw. This thing is a go-getter. It's a hard charger. I've been using this thing for years. I've never had to do anything with it. It's just a great piece of equipment. I love it. I've got a little rigid scroll saw over here, kind of fun. I'm thinking about training the kids how to use it. Maybe I'll start a sweatshop out here and put them to work. This little table saw. This thing is dangerous. This thing's a finger eater. If I ever have to use the table saw, I try not to use it. I only use it as a last resort. And over here, this is our miter box. It's a great piece of equipment. It's got the fold-up stand, which I really like. And you might recognize this from the school. This is our pocket cutter. I brought it in here so we can do some demos and maybe do some videos on that. And then down here, we've got our Festool from the school. So if you don't know what a Festool is, you will. Let's take a second and let's talk about some of the equipment on what I've got lined up here. I don't know. Please tell me you know what this is. Please tell me you know what this is. This is a hammer. There's actually a couple, there's lots of different types of hammers. This is a carpenter's hammer. They come in different weights, different sizes, different claws, different heads. For example, a framing hammer will have a little bit longer handle, a little bit heavier head, and maybe even on the end, it'll have a waffle cut on the end. A framing hammer. This is a carpenter's hammer. This is a mallet. This is the one that I keep here at the house. It's got a hard rubber end and a soft rubber end. And if you're ever putting two pieces together, two pieces of wood, and you want to give it a little tap without denting it and bruising the wood, then this is a fantastic tool for that. Why would you make a hammer with a round end? Doesn't that make it harder to hit the nails when the end's not flat? And why is it round? Do you know? This is actually a ball peen hammer, and it's made for forming thin sheet metal. There you go. You can say that now and pretend like you're an expert. This is one of my favorite little tools. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm just going to show you what it does. Your job, your assignment today is to find out what this is and how much do they cost. If you don't watch the video, you won't know what the assignment is. Bam! Yeah! Woo! This is great. If you don't know what an angle, there's two pieces to come together. Are they 90 degrees? Maybe, I don't know. Well, I can take this mysterious tool and I can tighten it down. I can stick it in the corner and set this at the angle that the corner is set at. And then I can march over to the miter saw and I can set up the blade at this exact same angle. So whatever I cut it, it's going to be perfect. There's a bunch of different different things that you can use this for, this mystery tool. So here's what I want you to do. Tell me what it is. Tell me how much it costs, and include it in our assignment. This is too cute. It's a little mini square, 6-incher. Check this out. Yeah, you can loosen that. I love these because you can get into sharp little boxes and stuff like that. It's not big, it's not obtrusive. You can lock it down and you can do the marking on the corners and do all kinds of stuff with it. It's really nice size just to tuck in your work bag and have it with you. Great. My other Starrett, I showed you that. Wait, did I show you my other Starrett? What do I do with it? It's gone. This is my baby. This is my baby. You've seen it on the mantle in our home. There's a picture. There's 3 pictures of our 3 kids, but in the middle of those 3 pictures is a picture of my Starrett Square. I love this thing. If you don't have one, get one. You don't have to get one. Stanley 16-foot tape measure. A lot of guys are walking around and girls on the job site or in the shop, and they've got a 25-footer. They get this giant tape measure. All you really need in the shop is this, a 16-foot Stanley Power Lock tape measure. It's fantastic. They're really well built. They're not plastic. They don't chip and break when you're using them. It's my favorite. Just a couple other things. Get yourself a good file. And the company that makes these plastic cut files, they're not plastic, by the way. They're metal, but check it out. On the end, they made the end round so you can hold it in your hand. A lot of the files have a sharp end that you can insert into a handle. The handles always fall off. They're lost. They can't find them. This little plastic cut 10-inch file, it's the only thing you really need. And this will be the last thing on my list here. If I was telling you to get some tools, these are our hand tools. We talked about that. Get one of these little kits. It's got all the main drivers in it. It's got a square driver, a Phillips driver. It's got the star driver. And it's also got some of these. These are really cool because you can put them in your drill or in your impact and put sockets on them. That's really fantastic for driving screws and stuff with a bolt head on it or whatever. So tomorrow we're going to be talking about coping saws. I'm going to show you the trick that will make you look like a pro. When you do this, people are going to be losing their dentures when they see you do this. So you're definitely going to want to tune in, see tomorrow. And then on Friday, we're going to get spun up and learn about SketchUp. If you don't have any idea what SketchUp is, get on the Googles, get in the YouTube, and start looking at SketchUp. And we'll get you spun up on Friday. Thanks. Have a great night.